all of us to get as active as we can. Please sign up to get involved, whether it's passing petitions, keep an eye on who's running and what they're saying, and demand that they own up on this issue. Write letters to the editor. Write guest viewpoints. A lot of the petitioning we do, we start with people we know. There's a lot of people in this room. You know people who live where you live. You have colleagues, you have friends, you have family. Have you had that conversation? It's time to do that. I actually decided to take advantage of the program that I mentioned back there, and I'm going to have a geothermal system in my house, I think, that goes through. No more oil for me. So I go to a financial institution to refinance. One of the questions they asked me, do you have a lease? I'm instantly intrigued. I said, no, why? Well, you might have a real problem refinancing with us if you did, because these companies are not willing to sign subordinate leases so that we, the bank who has a mortgage on your house, get paid first. So we might not want to go there. We're going to hear, I think, even more serious issues than what happens to the value of our property, but that's one that doesn't seem to be fully acknowledged, at least by the board in this town. The board has basically gone into exactly the same mode that Chip has described. They're reading from the playbook of the promoters. They're not doing nothing. We need to either get them to do something, or we need to get a new board, I believe. I'm going to introduce our next speaker in just a minute. I want to mention that there's going to be a special surprise guest speaker that she is going to call on towards the end of her remarks that's going to remind us about some things we maybe have forgotten that we know about the history of our community here in relation to this. I'm going to introduce our speaker, and I'm actually going to start with a trailer at her request, and then she will come up. Sandra Steingraber, we're honored to have her with us today.